Just got off the treadmill and I'm gonna start my day here. I need to take this because it's not raining. So whenever it's not raining in the Pacific Northwest, you do everything you need to do outside. While I'm on the treadmill, I usually wait for the sun to come up. And when the sun's not up, I'm watching YouTube videos, and Appalachia Homestead was one of the videos she released today, and I watched it. And she's always pretty much spot on. And she was saying things that I have been saying and practicing for several years. And I actually have a cat too. Charlie, trying to climb up me. I'll link her video below. Let me take this out to the feed shack. It is actually a raccoon cage, a live animal trap. We have fruit trees, and we didn't get any apples this year. None, because no apples, no plums. In fact, plum tree branches were all broken, and the apples literally disappeared one by one before they were even ripe or ready to even remotely be picked off the tree. Just literally were stripped off of the trees, one tree after the other. So supply chain issues, we ordered a have a heart cage trap so that we could trap the animal. By the time it came, all the fruit was gone. So I'm gonna go put this in the feed shack, and then I'm gonna go clean up and come back, and we're gonna have a conversation. Because everything she said has what I have been practicing since 2009. So let's get in on some of it. This is our journey. Welcome to the Betancourts homestead. It's time to have a conversation. My mother is coming over to bring lemons. More lemons. Her girlfriend from California sent her lemons, and my mom took what she needed, and she's like, I don't have any. I don't need any more. I don't know how many are coming. When they do, we'll evaluate how many we have and what we can do with them. The last time I got a box of lemons, a small box of lemons, I made lemon ginger marmalade, and I made lemon curd, canned it all up. And then I saved all the lemon zest, cut it up into very small pieces, and I froze it, because the best way for me that I like to use it is it's frozen, because it preserves the oils the best for me. Everybody does it differently. So when we get those lemons, we're going to figure out the best course of action for them. I also will be putting up a video on all of the lemon uses that I have done so that you guys can see that. That'll be in later. I try to save as much food as possible from going into the landfill. So right now, thank you, Henry. Right now, I need to go through my refrigerator. I need to prepare meals. I need to save. There's a chicken from Costco that I need to take all the meat off of. Then I need to boil that chicken carcass and make some bone broth, and I'll can that up, and I'll use the Presto canner down here. Like literally, I'm doing the list while I'm talking to you. I also need to make 3 loaves of whole wheat bread. My husband wants a loaf to take to work because he doesn't want to eat the bread there. He's spoiled now. Once you start eating fresh ground bread, you just can't go back. But here's the deal. I watched a video this morning while I was on the treadmill, and it just reiterates every single thing that I've been doing. There's a point in time in my world where I stop telling people what I think is going to happen, and I just be quiet, and that time has come. I don't tell people that I think they need to stock up anymore, because they've been around me long enough that they know. So I'm listening to her, and what she's seeing happening, which she's talked about in the past, was going to happen, and it's happening. I get that phone call a lot. A lot of my friends will call me. They've just gone to the grocery store, and they have this shocked sound in their voice. Tabitha, I just went to the grocery store and an 18 count of eggs is $18.13. True, true. And I was like, yeah. And they're like, how can we afford that? I'm like, well, if you need eggs, I don't need eggs. I water glassed my eggs in the spring and everybody thought I was crazy. So here's a little bit about chickens. They don't lay consistently in the winter. We're not getting any eggs. Like literally, we go out to the coop, there's nothing because it's winter. There's 6 weeks before the winter solstice and 6 weeks after the winter solstice where they literally very rarely lay. It has to do with the sun cycles. Chickens lay with the sun cycles. Their bodies need a break. They take a break. Spring comes and it just kicks up into high gear. Now, add into that, you have the avian bird flu. Okay, that is real. That is a thing. Then you add into that cost of fuel. My chicken feed has doubled. It's $20. It was $10 and $9.99 in 2020 when I was buying feed on sale. Now it's $20 for a bag of chicken feed, a 40-pound bag of feed. So yeah, your eggs are going to go up because the corn and the feed and all of the grains that they use to feed the chickens has gone up. Fuel has gone up. The avian bird flu is affecting the chickens. It's winter. I could keep going on. Hold on, I need to go herd some cats. I have not finished canning 30 pounds of potatoes. So I have 30 pounds more left to do. I got them for a really great sale. I got potatoes for $2.29 for a pound, for 10 pounds. $2.29 for 10 pounds. So yeah, I bought 60 pounds of potatoes. So things are going up, and I knew they were going to go up. I stopped shopping yearly, and I started shopping every time I used something. Instead of waiting for 6 months to a year to replace, I just started replacing it right then and there. The prices are still going to keep going up. They're not going to go down. There was a time before 2020 where I would go twice a year shopping and I would stock up on everything that I had used. I would do inventory once a year, and from that inventory, I would do a massive 2-day shopping trip and replenish everything. And then the only time I went to the grocery store was when we needed like fresh milk or a fresh veggie that I wasn't growing on the farm, which was very rare. I could go for 3 months without going to the store, no problem. I stopped doing that in 2020 because it took me 4 months to do my stock up trip that used to take me 2 days. And then I told my husband, I said, you know, there's going to come a time where it's not the fact that we won't be able to get the food. There's going to come a time where we won't be able to afford to replace the food. And I know that time is coming. Like, I know that time is right around the corner because I'm going to the store and I'm looking at something going, do I really want to buy that? That's expensive. And you know what? I have space on my shelf. I just used one. I need to replace it. I can afford it now. There's gonna come a time where I can't afford it, so I buy it. And we bought a bag of corn that was like really expensive. I told my husband, I said, did you look at the price of that corn before you picked it up out of the freezer? And he goes, no, we needed corn. I just got corn. I said, yeah, we didn't need corn that bad. So we're almost at that point where I'm looking at things as of, do we really need that or do we really not? Every week I pull up the apps for my grocery stores and I go through the apps and I find out who's having a sale. I don't need to leave my land and I don't need to go grocery shopping. But if there's a sale and there's somebody that I can visit around the area, I'll go and I'll get just what's on sale. Because at some point in time, we won't be able to afford it. We won't be able to replace the food that we are using. Do you see what I'm saying? So she really hit home. I'm linking her video down below. I really want you to watch it because she went to the store and what she saw is what people are literally calling me and telling me that they're seeing, and they're scared. I've been telling you guys over and over again that this is going to happen. Why do you call me? Because you're seeing it now, and now it's real. And it hurts my heart because it's real. It's here. So there is going to come a time where I will not be able to afford the wheat berries to make our wheat bread, which I got to get wheat bread started right now. And there's going to come a time where I won't be able to afford corn for the corn tortillas. So what am I doing in the process? That's the whole reason I opened my channel back up. That's the whole reason I started doing these videos again. The whole reason I'm on TikTok is because I am showing people how to be resourceful with what you have, to have the lifestyle as close to what you want, and stretch your food as far as possible. We all need to be looking at prices in the stores. She was talking about pinto beans. If you're buying pinto beans in the can, stop. You can actually buy a bag of pinto beans for a couple dollars and turn around and make a ton of canned pinto beans, pressure canned, for those couple bucks. And I'm showing you guys all how to do that. My whole philosophy is teaching you how to think about what is in your kitchen and change small things to get the same results and to feed your family for less. So she was talking about getting a network of people to look for prices at the stores for you. You can do that online. You can actually pull the store up if they have a shopping, like if you can shop and go, if you can shop online and then go pick up your order. You literally can do all of your which store has the best prices. Here in the Pacific Northwest, we only have 2 grocery stores. We have Fred Meyer's and Safeway. And both of those stores have online shopping. So we also have US Chef Store, which is in Salem, which I go to. And we have Costco. And I can look up all but Costco's prices and see which one's a better deal. But I've been doing that. My pantry list that I've offered for free, I've been doing that for years, figuring out what's the best prices to buy where, and then you can look on Amazon and see if they sell it cheaper. You can look at Target, and you can look at Walmart, and you can see what their prices for deodorant are. And you can do all of your cost comparison. Now here's the thing that you need to look at. You need to figure out how much gas is per mile, right? Because if you're saving 40 cents and you're buying 7 deodorants, saving 40 cents, is it cheaper for you to get in the car and drive the 2 miles to the new place and get those 7 deodorants? Or is it cheaper for you just to pay the 7 cents or 40 cents more in the store right there? Sometimes it's cheaper just to pay the higher price. But then again, I'm also buying in bulk. I'm buying more than just one. Now I am buying just one. Now I'm buying as we use, we're replacing. And I'm telling you, there's gonna come a time where I'm not gonna be able to replace. And I'm okay with that. I have conditioned my brain to accept that when it comes, that it's gonna come. I've been in the grocery stores enough, seeing the prices and looking online at the conditions of the growing conditions of all of the different produces, looking at the meat packers and where the food chain issues are. I've seen that. I've been watching that, and I have been contouring and changing the way we eat slowly in order to benefit us in the long run. Like, we don't have brownie mixes. We make our brownies from scratch. We don't have cans of soup. I canned soup along the way when we were slaughtering chickens or when we slaughtered any kind of an animal. I planned for that. I can my soups around the sales of meat at the grocery store. I can up just meat at the grocery store when it's on sale, and I can get chicken for $1.89 a pound for skinless, boneless chicken breast. And then I bring it home and I immediately stick it in a pressure canner and let it can up. And then I have canned chicken on the shelf. To the point now where I'm passing up the chicken because I have it. I don't need it. But as soon as I open a container, I will be looking at replacing that. Yeah, stick with me. Watch her video. She speaks truth. Those animal crackers hit her hard. I make all my crackers from scratch because it's cheaper. It's cheaper for me to make my crackers than it is for me to go buy them. I literally bargain with home brewers for their trash, their spent grain, as they call it, the stuff they ferment on the grain, or they ferment stuff, and the stuff that they've fermented has alcohol in it. I can dehydrate it, grind it up, and make it into flour. Or I can take the spent grain and add it into my crackers to bulk up my crackers and give it a really depth of flavor. There's all kinds of ways of saving money and stretching your food. Maybe it's growing up in the 70s with my mom not knowing where she was going to get the next meal to serve us, and we were never without food. She was an extremely resourceful woman. Or maybe it's all the interviews I did with all of the World War II survivors and the Great Depression baby boomers that literally taught me what their mothers and how they ate and how they mended their clothes and kept them. Maybe it's all the visits I did back in Belgium when I was seeing my former in-laws and how they lived. Whatever the case, use my knowledge to feed your family. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Oh, smash the notification bell, hit the like button, and subscribe. I would so appreciate it if you would subscribe. And share. Sharing is caring, right? Who said that? Sharing is caring. I think that was my niece. Sharing is caring. Yeah. Unless it's a disease. We don't want to share that. Bye, you guys. I just thought I would share. It's not bragging if it's facts. There. Loaf of bread. First one, done. Got 2 more.